The breaking news is related to the News 4 Jax investigation of Wounded Warrior Project. Within the past hour, we learned this man, who started the now embattled multi-million-dollar charity, is open to leading it again. John Melia says he wants to restore the group's reputation now that the top two executives have been fired.
Those are the same executives who replaced Melia. Investigative reporter Lindsay Gardner joins us now, and you've been talking to your sources about this development. What are you hearing?
Well, Mary and Tom, they tell me they're actually very encouraged to A, hear from John Melia at all, and B, hear that he's interested in leading again. Melia is a former Marine who started the Wounded Warrior Project with his wife back in 2003 on a shoestring budget. Everyone knew them then for their work filling backpacks and taking them to injured troops in our nation's hospitals. Moments ago, we learned John Melia is asking for an immediate meeting with the nonprofit's board of directors to offer his help. He says donors who supported the group since its humble beginnings have, quote, every right to be angry about the lack of stewardship shown by the immediate past leadership of WWP. And the new leadership of the WWP must do everything in its power to restore its relationship and regain the trust of those it serves and its donors. Let me put this in perspective for you tonight. My sources over the last 2 months have told me that the now former CEO, Stephen Nardizzi, orchestrated John Melia's departure back in 2009 so he could take over. My sources also tell me Melia likely was forced to then sign a non-disclosure to never reveal to the public what actually happened. Now, we did find this press release from 2009 on archive.org. In it, it promised then that Melia would stay on with the Wounded Warrior Project, acting as a resource development or possibly public relations resource, but we now know he did not. That is what makes today's announcement so significant. People haven't heard from John Melia for years, but they've wanted to. They wanted to know how he felt about what the Wounded Warrior Project grew into. Of course, this is all going to be up to the board. I did reach out to the board of directors tonight to see what they thought about John Melia's statement. They told me they have no comment.
Despite all of our requests for comment, we still have nothing but silence from Nardizzi and also from Al Giordano, who also was fired. But what are you hearing from people who work at Wounded Warrior Project?
It's a complicated mix of emotions, I'm told. Sources with Wounded Warrior Project staff are battling maybe being happy that the top two execs, Steve Nardizzi and Al Giordano, that you mentioned, are gone. But others told me they were shocked and disappointed that they had to find out through the news and they were not informed first internally. Even donors and the whistleblower that we talked with tell me they're relieved there was action, but they're also filled with angst tonight, worried that this generation of veterans are the ones actually paying the price for the wrongs of a few who were entrusted to lead. Marcus Mason and Eric Millette, two wounded combat veterans and two former Wounded Warrior Project alums. Now, both outsiders to the organization they once believed in.
You see a result, and I think it's only the beginning of more to come.
Eric, a former spokesman turned whistleblower who first talked with us 2 months ago about lavish spending by Wounded Warrior Project execs on the staff instead of warriors. Warriors like Marcus, a father, a Marine, and patriot, who says he turned to a program run by the charity only later to be abandoned when he needed help the most. Would you ever reach back out to Wounded Warrior Project for help if you needed it moving forward?
No, I don't trust it.
Mason suffers from PTSD and a traumatic brain injury, along with other health complications from war. He first came to News 4 Jax after our initial investigative reports aired in January. He told me how he was kicked out of the charity's track program, which is aimed at helping him go back to college. But when he sounded an alarm to management about a program problem, he says the charity's culture of intimidation kicked in, and he was immediately cut off from all resources, possibly out of retaliation.
How do you get kicked out of a wounded military-type program and you're wounded? You would think with the amount of money that comes through, it would give them the power to do whatever they need to do with a veteran. But that's not the case. It's not the case.
That was Marcus's original interview before Thursday's shakeup at Wounded Warrior Project, when he felt ashamed and alone. He was confused when the charity that he knew on the inside didn't match what the public perceived.
I want to tell you about these true American heroes and how you can show your thanks by helping them through Wounded Warrior Project.
But after our reports aired, he came forward asking for our help, and we put him in touch with Eric Millett.
Well, was in country in Iraq, 2006. So we were in country at the same time, didn't know each other, but it's amazing how things came together, and now he's helping, he's leading me in a direction, helping me get on my feet. So all I can say is thank you to him. Thanks.
You giving me the opportunity to link up with Marcus restored my faith in humanity, that there are people still out there that care.
Eric has now taken Marcus under his wing at a different nonprofit where he now works with homeless people in Jacksonville. Marcus is volunteering and hoping to find a new career track, a future, and a new friend, bonded not only through war, but through an unexpected battle back at home with the Wounded Warrior Project.
A Wounded Warrior Project says the greatest casualty is being forgotten. Look at Marcus. And I've received hundreds of messages. So if that's the greatest casualty, they're committing the greatest casualty. They're leaving these men and women behind. And that's just wrong. And they need to change that. They need to look at their core values and rearrange them. They need to look at brave men like Marcus and say, where did we go wrong? Why did we do this to this young man? Look what he's done for our country. How do we fix this?
And back to that breaking news we brought you at the top of our newscast here about the Wounded Warrior Project's founder, open now to returning to restore the charity's reputation. John Melia also said today the actions of the top executives who were fired should not reflect poorly on the charity's employees who are still working hard and doing good work. We have posted all of my investigative reports over the last 2 months on the Wounded Warrior Project tonight for you on news4jax.com, as well as the News4Jax app. Just click the investigative section. They do include raw interviews with that whistleblower and a document announcing leadership changes. Tom and Mary.
Thank you, Lindsay.